Papua New Guinea says no to harmful fisheries subsidies. Maru urges people to stop crime to prosper. And TFF policy still a challenge for remote island school.
In our school we are struggling.
This is National EMTV News with Maru Tulo.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for Sunday's news. Papua New Guinea is among 9 countries embarking on a new agreement under the World Trade Organization to prohibit harmful fisheries subsidies. The initiative, according to Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration, Rimbing Pato, was highlighted at the Pacific Day seminar in Washington, D.C. this week. Minister Pato said fisheries subsidies are a major threat to the fisheries industry and the ocean and environment in general.
Fisheries subsidies, estimated at $40 billion annually, contribute to overfishing, overcapacity, and illegal, unregulated and unreported fishing in both domestic and international waters. He acknowledged that just as the ocean generated trillions for the world economy, it was a source of income for millions and fed billions more. Minister Pato said the conservation and sustainable management of fisheries posed an urgent challenge for the international community and Pacific Island nations, including PNG. The initiative is expected to result in significant trade, economic, development and environmental benefits and align with 2020 SDG plans to prohibit fisheries subsidies which contribute to overfishing and overcapacity. Argentina, Australia, New Zealand, Norway, Peru, Switzerland and Uruguay would be working closely to prepare for negotiations and lobby with the WTO membership to reach an agreement. The U.S. declared that as one of its measures towards ocean protection and conservation, it was also backing the initiative. Melissa Goviro, National EMTV News.
A monument is nearing completion for Papua New Guinea's first and third Governor-Generals. The structure will be a memorial site for former Governor-Generals Sir John Guise and Sir Kingsford Dibella. Both leaders were from the same village of Wedau in the Alatau district of Milne Bay Province. The monument was built on the Dogura Plateau, overlooking the village of the two leaders. A program will be announced by the national government to open this historical site for these two leaders in the history of Papua New Guinea. The Yanguru Sausia district has been urged to stop the crimes occurring in the district for development to take place. According to police reports, the two main crimes in the district are the consumption of homebrew and marijuana.
Development will take place and prosper if there is law and order. This was the statement by Yanguru Sausia local MP and Minister for Trade, Commerce and Industry Richard Maru.
We have to be safe. We have to be very business-like. We have to be open for business. Kind people are saying, but people how much look at trade with us, not do business with. Law and order by me concentrate yet. Law and order, Yanguru Sausia mobile by me starting. By me got 45 men in addition to our normal police law district. No got man by play up law district. You play up, we deal with you.
He announced that the new police mobile barracks for East Sepik province will commence construction work tomorrow and will help with boosting police manpower to curb law and order issues.
We are going to build East Sepik's mobile barracks. It will be based in the Yanguru Sausia district. People have got 45 Nubla policemen, na Mary Stablo have, no one steam by Ranolo here, no one drug man more, we are going to smash you up.
Reiterating the MP's statement was police prosecutor and PSC for Yanguru Police Station, Philip Kaupa.
This will help in lessening some of the common crimes that are committed in the Yanguru South area and even the Sepik province.
Florence John Duo, National EMTV News.
The people of Yekimbole and Kiniambo in the Yanguru Sausia district will soon have access to electricity. 2 million kina in the coming weeks will be allocated from the district's DSIP funds to PNG Power to start off the work, as announced by local MP Richard Maru.
Close next week, go back Tamlo, but we give him 2 million kina of PNG Power, all Barani Paula, Yekimbole, the Kamikoran. Kiniambo now, because investor by comes out now.
You're with National MTV News. More stories on Alotau's coffee potential and tuition fee-free policy still a challenge for Nissen Island School. Stay tuned. Welcome back to National MTV News. Alotau district has the potential of producing nearly 1 ton of coffee beans every year. Speaking yesterday at Rubber Rubber Station, Alotau Coffee Industry Officer Dixon Kenas said Alotau district can produce high-quality coffee just like the Highlands provinces. He said consultation with coffee farmers has proved a high-yield production rate. Alotau MP Charles Abel said coffee is now the focus for people in the inlands of Alotau district. Minister Abel said the district is building jetties, roads and supporting coffee cooperatives to help farmers sell their produce. Boaina Primary School in the Alotau district received a timely independence gift with a new double classroom. The classroom is the first set of new classrooms ever built since colonial days. The double classroom is said to address the chronic overcrowding problems faced by the school. Speaking at the opening, local MP Charles Abel said the district will continue to fund schools who submit slip forms. Abel maintained that education, health, communication and transport remain as priorities for the district in delivering services to its 7 local level government areas. The tuition fee-free policy has remained a challenge for Holy Cross Nissen High School in the autonomous region of Bougainville. Head teacher Alfred Sagolo told MTV News on Nissen Island that the school is struggling because of its isolation. The high costs of goods in Buka is also another challenge. However, in recent times, Mr. Sagolo says it has been manageable with the little they have.
Holy Cross Nissen High School is northeast of Buka and one of the isolated islands of the autonomous region of Bougainville. Because of its isolation, Nissen Island can only be accessed by mode of sea transport. Nissen Island is sometimes forgotten in terms of service delivery. However, when MTV News spoke to Mr. Sagolo about the effectiveness of the TFF funds, he said that it's a real struggle.
Policy in our school, we are struggling because this school is isolated and the cost of goods in Buka is very high. And it's something that we are struggling with here.
Little funds the school receives is well managed to cater for the 190 students. The school ensures there's enough food rations and fuel for the power supply. However, more funds are needed for curriculum materials and maintenance on buildings.
In them to continue on with their education. Other things we are not doing that because of the TFF policy. TFF is not that sufficient to run the whole school. It's quite a big school for us to look after.
Mr. Sagolo called on the national government to ensure that services are equally shared for the future of this country.
Things for our students to enjoy their life here in the school, to do better in their academic work.
Fabian Hakelitz, National MTV News.
You're watching National MTV News. Trukai Sports is next. Port Moresby takes netball title. The Boroughs looking forward to some heavy cricketing action and all the action in the finals of the National Volleyball Championships. We'll have the details when we come back.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. We begin with netball, and the Port Moresby netball team has taken the NGCB senior national titles after a dominant 41-18 win over Central Province in the A-grade grand final. The POM side, filled with PNG internationals led by Lua Rikis, raced off to a first half lead in front of a committed crowd. Jeremy Mogi reports.
With senior national team coach Unai Sirokora courtside watching, there was more than just a trophy on offer. The opportunity for selection into a preliminary select side, an enticing prospect. Class on show, however, the decision for national representatives within the Port Moresby A side had been a prudent one, given valuable game time for the internationals prior to a hectic qualifying schedule. The match, however, easily one-sided. Port Moresby A classy early on. And while the central side had louder cheers for goals and attempts on goal, the final score went in favour of the host city, a result never in doubt. In the day's earlier matches, Central defeated Alotau in the Masters division by 26-15, while in the B-grade grand final, Port Moresby were also dominant with a 24-15 win over Alotau. Jeremy Moggy, National EMTV Sports.
To cricket, and the Papua New Guinea Barramundis are looking forward to a heavy diet of cricket after more than 3 months away from the crease. The Barramundis defeated Kenya in an historic home series in May, but were inactive until 3 matches against Australian state teams earlier this month.
They will be competing in the start of another Soccer League campaign in Darwin. The Barramundis are missing a couple of frontline bowlers and are still without regular skipper Jack Vare, who is continuing rehabilitation from a torn ACL. PNG take on the Eastern Edge this afternoon in their opening one-day match and back up tomorrow against Southern Force. They will face Namibia and Hong Kong in November and are going to make the most of the opportunity to play as much cricket as possible leading up to these matches. Elijah Levet, National EMTV Sports.
To finish off the National Volleyball Championships, NCDVA women's team walked away with the 2016 National Championship title after demolishing Fairfax 3-1. Denny Rose Raiko with more.
The Fairfax side claimed the first set with a 19-15 scoreline, and that got the NCDVA women on the toes in the second set. By the end of the second set, NCDVA toppled the scoreboard after the 13 points draw as consecutive spikes caught Fairfax off guard. NCDVA secured the second set 25 points to 13. Efforts from the Fairfax side to gain the upper hand were washed out with defensive blocks that made it difficult to score points in the third set. NCDVA then capitalized on Fairfax foul plays, and in no time the set ended 25-16 in favor of NCDVA. The last set was icing on the cake as the NCDVA side scored a demolishing 25 points to 2 to seal off their victory. The NCDVA women's win now makes it the third for the association, as their under-21 men's and women's claimed the 2016 title as well. Denny Rose Raiko, National EMTV Sports.
And that ends Trukai Sports. We'll have further weather details for the next 24 hours when we come back.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
The weather details are proudly brought to you by Dulux Weather Shield. Worth doing with Dulux.
Taking a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours, we begin in the southern region. Port Moresby, cloudy with a top temperature of 31 degrees. A few showers expected in Daru with a top of 31. Rain and showers in Kerama and Alotau with a top of 31 as well. And rain and showers with a top of 31 degrees in Popondetta. To the Momase region, rain and showers expected in Ley and Wau. A shower or two in Madang with a top of 31. A top temperature of 31 degrees as well for Wibak and Vanimo with rain and showers. To the New Guinea Islands region, cloudy in Lorangau. Showers and thunderstorms expected in Kavia, Kokopo and Rabaul. Few showers in Kimbe and showers and thunderstorms in Buka with a top temperature of 31 degrees. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiava, Mendi and Wabeg. All these major centers can expect a shower or two over the next 24 hours.
The weather details are proudly brought to you by Dulux Weather Shield. Worth doing with Dulux.
Before we go, recapping our main stories for tonight. Papua New Guinea says no to harmful fisheries subsidies. Young Guru Sausia MP says stop crime so development can grow. And the TFF policy still a challenge for remote island school. And that's the news, sports and weather for today, Sunday the 18th of September 2016. From all of us here at EMTV, have a pleasant working week. Good night.